How did you get out?
Well, it just stopped, like I didn't really like do nothing major, like how everybody is doing it, like gotta get jumped and some people do what they got, other stuff, but I just basically been line with a big man and he just blessed me. So he just stopped. So I didn't really have to do nothing. I just stopped rocking red, stopped rocking the flag, and just, but I still been doing other things, but I stopped with it. Gang.
Right. Did you think that was leading you down the wrong path?
A lot. Because everywhere you see red, it's there. And once my mentality, how I used to see, like, I could see you rocking blue, and you got a blue flag, and knocking you first, because that's the enemies. But my mentality different now. So that's why I said, like, their mentality now, their mentality is the same. So they're gonna just be in this blood gang, Crips, folks. It's up to them to change the set for the better.
Tell me about your experience in jail.
Well, I've been in a couple fights, but my experience, this place ain't no place for nobody to be. I wouldn't advise anybody to come to jail. I advise them to get out of jail, do their best to get out of jail and don't come back. But my experience in this place show me, like, what my people's been telling me all the time to avoid coming here. I see it for myself now.
What about your friends, those people you were hanging out with on the street? They come visit you in jail? Do they come visit you?
I don't have no friends but my family. Nobody don't come and see me except my mother, my father, my sisters. So I don't consider people that used to be my friends. I used to think of them as my friends, but now none of them don't send a little $50 money either. A little, visit, nothing, so I don't consider them friends.
Now, you're a young man.
Mm-hmm.
Most young men like females, and females, they have a lot of influence. Could be positive, it could be negative.
Both.
Both. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I guess some girls, like, they'll influence you to do good. But then now you get some girls that are just causing most of the war too. Like, they know you, like, say, I have a girlfriend, but then still, she there with this other dude and this other dude, and that's causing problem. And then you get some girls will cause a lot of man to death, but you get some of them will lead you positive, like, if she's a real girl, she's gonna tell you when you're doing wrong, but you get some of them that condone it and just promote it. So females, young ladies right now, they get both influence, positive and negative.
What would you want to say to the females that are maybe the bad influence?
Some of them need to grow up because some of them still get little children mentality, and be positive instead of negative, Because negative ain't gonna get you nowhere. When you be positive gonna get you somewhere. Negative gonna just get you, like, quieter now, or worse, 6 feet. So.
Do you think that they realize that their actions are contributing to maybe some of the deaths on the street, or there are men coming in here in jail?
Some of them know what they're doing. But they seem to like it, So.
Okay. What advice could you give other youth like you who are facing some of the same challenges out there on the street that you did?
Well, to avoid being fired and all, stay in school. Don't follow bad company. Don't get caught up in that gang stuff. Listen to the parents and look at positive job instead of just, even if you can't find a job, pick some mango, canned fruits and sell, to make some money for your pocket instead of just doing negative. And Elmo advise them to stay in school, get an education, graduate, go to college, do something positive with your life.
How many different turfs are out there?
A lot. All at St. Thomas is tough. From Bodo go to Red Hook is tough. It's just different people repping,
How many gang members do you think there are?
A lot. Between the blood scripts and folks, a lot.
Would you say 100, 200?
I wouldn't give a count, but I'd say probably in a couple hundred.
Couple hundred.
In each.
In each group?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you have to do as an initiation to get into your gang?
Like what you just said earlier, me and the guy were like brothers, so I get blessing, I just get blessing. But other people had to get beat, jumping, some people had to shoot people, some people had to do others, But I get blessed. So I didn't have to go through nothing.
You said that you were acting out in school, and then that led you to turn to a life of crime, or to
Yes.
begin committing criminal acts.
Yes.
Once you committed that first act and maybe went to YRC, at that point did you feel that people looked at you differently, or maybe turned their backs on you, or abandoned you in a way because you had committed a crime?
Yes.
Where did you feel that from?
A lot of people, will like, they don't want to be around a bad boy and all that kind of stuff. When I went to school, I used to give the teachers hell, so they're going to probably teachers, principals, majority, everybody that know you. If they ain't like family, they gonna think negative of you, you don't got nothing good to do with your life. Like, I experienced it from my own grandmother, so I could tell you. She don't tell me lie and tell my mother lie. I go in hell, and I'm gonna drag my mother to hell with me, So I went through it, so I could say, yeah, your own family and all, but it's like the community for real, and like the jobs to like say they hear like you there in this gang thing. A lot of people ain't want you working for them because they gonna feel like you gonna be there working and people gonna come and shoot up the place and also.
So do you feel like you even have a chance to turn things around?
Well, if you want to, yeah, you could change yourself, Like, I'll advise people, like, if you see you can't get a job, like if you drop out of school and you see you can't get a job down there, join Job Corps. Go away, do something with your life, and then probably come. Why wouldn't I advise nobody to come back here, Like,
But you think that stigma that the community gives you makes it difficult?
yeah, 'cause a lot of people in the community ain't want to be seeing crimes happening and know that you committing crimes and think of you as a good boy, So
Do you think that pushed you farther into the kind of behavior that you were already
yes,
exhibiting?
yes.
Do you think it's important that second chances are important?
Yeah, for certain people, and everybody, like, I won't say everybody deserves a second chance, cause you know what you're doing. And like to say me, this is my first time in adult jail. But you get people that in jail with right now, older than me. And them man they in jail more than how old I is. They in jail from before you born. Keep going home, coming back, going home, coming back. So I won't think they deserve a second chance. Like for people like first time offenders and things, I would say yeah, you know. But people that just going home within 2 months, come back jail, do it next year, go home, next 3 months, come back jail. They love this place, you know. So I won't advise, like I won't say they need a second chance, but like for the younger ones, I say second chance is good, you know.
Do you think you deserve a second chance?
Yeah,
Why?
because I don't really and truly like, I made a mistake, you know, and I was man enough to admit to my mistake, you know, so I feel if I should get a second chance that, yeah, I deserve a second chance, you know, to prove to everybody else I could be as a different person now, and I grew up from them days I used to be, you know. I don't follow company no more. I think if I got a second chance, I could show everybody as a different person, as a changed man, you know.
You've had a lot of time in here to think about your actions.
Yes.
Do you think that the kids on the street or you in your younger days, you were really thinking about the consequences?
No. Because if I were thinking about the consequences, I wouldn't have been doing a lot of stuff I was doing.
So that's something that young people need to be thinking about.
Yeah. You need to think before they act, you know. So a lot of people don't think before they act, and it's after they commit whatever crime they do is when you sit down and like, oh, I should have think before I do this, should have that, you know. So like me, I wasn't thinking, I was just doing, you know. I wasn't thinking at all, I was just doing anything I feel to do, you know. And I realize, should I think before I act, you know. Like everything I don't do in life. You know, so. That's all I have to do.
It will be at least another 10 years before John Jared Southwell will be eligible for parole and the second chance at life that he's seeking. Eventually, he says he'd like to apologize to the Lerner family, who in contrast to him will never get a second chance to see their beloved Gabriel. I'm Sarah Lazama, and this has been a special edition of Eye on the Islands.
Southwell, look at it. It's one VI and it's one love. I love you, okay? Tell the youth what they need to do before they end up in these shoes that you're in right now.
Think before you act.
Alright? Love you.
Sure.